Jeezy just got himself in a mess. Jeannie Mai is claiming that she went through things in that relationship that resulted in her physically being harmed.
Be very careful about who you have kids with.
Here's another person who says, Black women, let's mind our business. Joseph Beach, welcome to the Coffee Pot. My name is JEEZY'S.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
So Jeezy and Jeannie Mai are trending again after some news has surfaced. As most of you know, Jeezy divorced Jeannie, and they're now having this custody battle. I've been keeping my eye on this specific situation because Jeezy just got himself in a mess. He's in some shit. There's been a little bit here and there they've been posting about this situation, but finally we're seeing how much of a mess this man's actually in due to his divorce. Now he's suffering after having children with this woman. I'm not going to speak on whether he should have had kids with her or not, right? He made his decision. Now he's laying in that bed. But we can learn a lot from this situation. I think what I'm going to first start out by highlighting here is that not every woman who claims that she'll be a submissive woman is necessarily a submissive woman. I think a lot of time and attention needs to go into getting to know somebody. Seriously getting to know somebody. From what I remember, they got married very quickly. Yes, Chisha, but the thing is, people can change either way. Yeah, I know they can change either way. These guys got married very quickly. And I think part of that was Jenny used to get on these talk shows and say things like, I will submit to my husband. And she painted herself as this really easy, submissive, feminine wife.
So I'm gonna say right here that I, Jeannie Mai, going into my marriage, I want to submit to my man.
But when we look at this current situation and what they're talking about now and how she's behaving, how cutthroat she really is when it comes to this custody battle, it's the exact opposite of the representation that she brought to the media, and I'm assuming to Jeezy as well. All right, so what's going on right now? Well, Jeannie Mai is claiming that she went through things in that relationship that resulted in her physically being harmed. She's posted these photos of bruises and all types of stuff. We're going to get into that. But I knew something was fishy, and I'm going to show you what's happening right now. So you guys see how deep this shit gets. Just how much she's fighting tooth and nail to make sure that she wins custody of their child. I knew something was wrong when I saw this post that says Jeannie Mai has only allowed Jeezy to see their daughter 8 times a year according to court documents. She's trying to keep this man from seeing his child. It's like predictable play for a woman today filing for divorce. There were other posts that went along with that post. This one that read, since November 2023, formal and informal efforts to establish a parenting schedule have mostly failed. Here's another post that said, despite numerous attempts, Jeezy has only been allowed to see his daughter a total of 8 days this year and has no information on where the daughter is living or what state she's in. He doesn't know where his daughter is. And you got to think of how this looks now that she's bringing in these accusations of him endangering her, possibly putting his hands on her. He claims she's lying and has proof also that she's lying, but I'll leave that all up to you guys to decide. Here's another post that says, Jeannie Mai blocked Jeezy from communication attempts and has failed to adhere to mediation agreements for communication. Here's another post that says, Jeezy is seeking joint legal and physical custody with the court-determined parenting schedule, emphasizing the importance of the child spending time with both sides of the family to appreciate and learn about her Vietnamese and African-American heritage. And then there was the whole thing, I don't know if you guys remember that, her claiming that she was around firearms. Okay, they're talking about the daughter and stuff. It's just a huge mess. And then came the so-called proof. The post read, court documents reveal DV and child neglect claims against Jeezy. So that was the post. That was Jeannie Mai's attempt at painting him as this dangerous man, and he had been dangerous and put her in physical harm and danger. She shared pictures of bruises from a situation that she said was a result of him. Hey guys, did you know that I'm on Facebook? Go ahead and hit that link pinned to the top of the comment section. If you're on Facebook, give me a follow. You can keep track of current content, shorts, and also older content if you are following me on Facebook. Appreciate you guys. Back into the video. Now, you hear that without the actual backstory, you would think that, like, how can you deny bruises, right? Until Jeezy responded with his receipts. So this is a post from the Neighborhood Talk. It read, Jeezy provides receipts that Jeannie Mai's injuries allegedly came from a golfing accident, not him allegedly bruising her. And then it quotes him saying, it's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play. All right, so as you guys can see there, you can't see the actual bruises because, you know, we're going to edit that there. YouTube isn't like this type of stuff. But it shows a conversation there. He says, babe, be done getting my hair cut. 45 to 50 minutes. Can Monaco stay up so I can tell her goodnight? That's the name of the daughter. I probably mispronounced the name, I know. And she responds back, yes, Papa, we miss you. Right? She says, yes, Papa, we miss you. And so you guys don't see this, but what's happening here in this photo is she's sending him a photo of her smiling with the baby. And included in that photo are a bunch of pictures of bruises on her. And so you got to think this. If you went through a traumatic experience with somebody where they possibly may have caused physical harm, put their hands on you, whatever it was, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't just attach photos from a traumatic experience along with baby pictures of you smiling with your daughter and send to the man who caused that trauma. You guys get what I mean? That would be like a separate conversation. That would be like, okay, something toxic happened, traumatic. Weeks go by, maybe months. And then later on, the husband's like, hey, you know, how are you doing? Can I say hi to my daughter? You're like, yeah. And you send a cute photo of the daughter smiling along with like bruises of when he was attacking you or something like that. That makes no sense. You can tell it makes no sense because what Jeezy's claiming is that those bruises were from a golfing cart accident. And so she says in the next messages here, it says, baby, I have a lot of dresses to wear this week. And so by that, she's like, you know, I've got all these bruises, but I have all these dresses to wear. And I don't want to show the bruises. And so he responds and says, I'm so sorry, babe. Haven't forgiven myself for putting you in danger. I've been uneasy and sad about it. She responds back and says, it was not intentional. Again, it was not intentional. It was an accident. But we do need to be more careful, especially when we're drinking, babe. I don't think you know your own strength when you drink. And so he sent like a voice message right there. She's talking about you don't know your own strength when you drink, blah, blah, blah. We need to be more careful. And she sends a voice message back. Then they're sending other photos of them in love. They're kissing and whatever. But Jeezy's saying this is from a golfing incident. And what's leading people to believe him is the fact that he was injured as well. He was also injured in this situation. Here's the proof. He's texting her. It says Snow at the very top there, so you know that's Jeezy. And he sends her something. I'm assuming it's a photo. She says it looks swollen. And how open was your foot? It looks like it may have needed stitches, but it is healing. Stop using the peroxide. Get these 2 products. And so she sent them products there. Have you had any other issues since, like headache, loss of memory, or seizures? So she's trying to help him out because he's like, hey, I was injured too by this golf cart accident. Here's a caption that went along with these photos. It says, Jeezy isn't here for Jeannie Mai attempting to slander his name with allegations. In a statement, he makes it clear that the pictures that Jeannie are attempting to use as claim of physical harm are allegedly from a golfing accident where they both were injured. Not just her. He also says it's disheartening to see her attempt to slander him through this bitter divorce. So that's that. This makes me think about how a lot of people say, you know, the person you marry is never the person who you divorce. As in, you get to see the worst of that person if in fact you do go through the very unfortunate experience of a divorce. I also think of something James Saxton said about who you have children with and how much power they actually have to make your life miserable. Check it out.
Be very careful about who you have kids with. I hate to say that. Like, the choice to have children with someone. Listen, you get divorced, all they can really do is take your stuff, you know, and you can always make more money. Like, I don't mean to be glib about that, but it's just money, you know, and money offers real solutions to imaginary problems and imaginary solutions to real problems. So I think money's a good thing to have. I've been poor, and then I've had money, and having money's better. But I got to tell you, when you have a kid with somebody, God, they have leverage over you. It's unbelievable the leverage they have over you. Because most people love their kids, you know, more than anything. It's like the most profound kind of love they've ever experienced. And, you know, when you have a co-parent who hates you pathologically, I have seen people use children to just torture someone for, I would say, for 18 years, but even past that, it's a lifetime. Yeah. You're gonna have grandkids with that person.
As always, we're going to check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment here says, I'm glad he got receipts. She's so low down for this. Whether he decided to marry outside his race or not, be a decent human being. Of course, she's saying that because the majority of the comments, as you guys could probably expect, are black women saying things like, this is not our fight. We're out of this, whatever. In fact, I think this happens both ways. I've seen this in another post with women who choose to divest. And I saw black men saying the same thing. Here's another person who says, black women, let's mind our business, right? Same exact thing I was talking about. Another person here says, I see why that man didn't want kid by her. Yep, somebody else here added, black men, y'all gonna learn one day. This woman disagrees. She says he got receipts for something that she said was from a golf incident, but he was drunk. So he just backed her claim of his excessive drinking that caused her harm. He's slow. And so, obviously, the courtroom, family court's a dirty, dirty, dirty game. They're using anything. Oh yeah, that one time you got drunk. Yep, that's something we can use. But yeah, you didn't mean to run into that tree, but you did. You did. Now we can talk about your alleged excessive drinking. Doesn't have to be a car. You probably could have been driving your kid's toy car. If you ran over her foot while you were drunk, it's like he doesn't act like himself when he's drunk. He's immature. Somebody else who says he had no business marrying that lady. Guys, and of course, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you as always for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.